Well, it didn't take long. We have now figured out where Elon Musk draws the line about free speech. And when it comes to people talking about his private Gulfstream jet, that is the line.
I'm the one person that is showing whether he's really going to do complete full free speech on Twitter. You know, I'm like the canary in the coal mine.
That's our guest from last night, Jack Sweeney. He runs the Twitter account Elon's Jet that tracked Musk's jet's takeoffs and landings in real time. We say he ran, past tense, because early this morning, Musk banned the Elon's Jet account. He literally turned it off. And at least according to Jack Sweeney, we may have had something to do with it. From the New York Post, Sweeney told the Post that he believes a television interview that he conducted with the NewsNation cable channel on Tuesday, during which he questioned Musk's commitment to free speech, may have pushed Musk over the edge. The ban is weird, right? Because for the past few months, conservatives won't stop talking about how much they love Elon's promises of free speech. Then Musk started banning accounts he doesn't like. Twitter even suspended Sweeney's personal accounts and all his other accounts that track private jets of everybody from Mark Zuckerberg to the Saudi royal family. When you head to his page, it shows the account was suspended. Then it refreshes to a screen that claims he hasn't tweeted. It's funny. It's like Elon Musk just disappeared Jack Sweeney, and with it, all the information about Musk's private jet. You could call Elon God of the Twitterverse. After all, that's exactly what he wants to be. You remember he released all the damaging information about Twitter staff banning people they didn't like. Donald Trump thought it was terrible and awful. And now he's turned around and done the exact same thing. Journalist Max Burns rightly points out Elon's Twitter is entering, in his words, the red zone. And like Twitter's last star, Donald Trump, the insecure billionaire, in Burns' words, has found his fame through bullying others and inciting flame wars. Max is with us now, founder chief strategist for Third Degree Strategies, Wisconsin talk show host Dan O'Donnell. Gentlemen, good to see you both. Dan, I'm going to give you the opportunity to defend Elon on this, if you so dare.
Look, he bought a new toy and he's playing with his new toy. I mean, I think it pretty much is as simple as that. And this is the reality of privately owned businesses. Isn't this what we were told for years and years and years and years when Twitter was very obviously shadow banning conservatives and censoring speech? Well, it's a private company. They can do what they please.
Fair enough. It's like, you know, the only difference between men and boys is the cost of their toys. Okay, yes. Some billionaires buy sports teams. It's like buying the whole sports league, right, Max?
It is. I mean, and no one's arguing that Musk doesn't have the right to do it. It's just kind of funny that you have someone whose free speech absolutism stops at the door of his private jet. I mean, we now have a platform where it's essentially not a bannable offense to threaten a government official, but if you report on where Elon Musk is going, you are disappeared and your entire platform is gone. It's just a very inconsistent and almost make it up as you go approach that I think is starting to exhaust people.
Yeah, but Dan, I mean, first of all, you can look at it two ways, right? It's starting to exhaust people, or it's keeping Elon Musk in the news, and he's reading his name in the headlines of the New York Times, and he's seeing his face on every major cable news channel over and over and over again. He's basically getting what he paid for, right?
Yeah, he absolutely is. And I guess I would question whether this is a big difference that you can threaten government officials on Twitter. My goodness, one of the most prominent trans activists on Twitter, who's actually on Washington, D.C. a couple of days ago on Capitol Hill testifying before a House committee, got called out by Nancy Mace because she was openly calling for harassment of Supreme Court justices just a week after some guy was arrested in Brett Kavanaugh's neighborhood trying to kill him. I mean, the reality is for users of Twitter, there really isn't all that much of a difference.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm on Twitter pretty regularly. Leland, I know you are too. Have you noticed much of a difference in the product itself?
It's invariably a terrible and awful place, except now Twitter, rather than talking about Donald Trump, as Max pointed out, is now always talking about Elon Musk. And the same people who are complaining about Trump are complaining about Musk. How much of this do we think, Max, is just sort of the ultimate ego trip, right? Elon Musk was the richest guy in the world, not anymore. But he wasn't relevant. He didn't really have any political sway. Nobody was really talking about him. He was a guy who made electric cars and sent things into space. Now, all of a sudden, every politician in America is talking about it. He's got to be loving this.
Yeah, and Elon Musk is, to his credit, someone who's talked very openly in interviews about, feeling lonely, about his struggles to connect with people. And now he's the main character of the internet every single day. I mean, you can't walk an inch without someone on the internet having some opinion about Elon Musk. And there's a huge army now.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.